it's such an epic record. It really is huge. The existing record is a record that was set, it's for the most kilometres or miles ridden in a year. It's one of the oldest cycling records in the book, so it's something that I've had my eye on for a little while, and something I sort of had to prove that, you know, was something I wasn't a madman trying to attempt this crazy endeavour. So it's basically 121,000 kilometres in a year, which works out to be just under 330 kilometres a day. Why am I doing it? I had a few issues, life issues a few years back, drinking too much, you know, probably suffering a bit from depression, blah, blah, blah. But so I got back cycling, and it was just something that cleared my head and was a positive in my life. And somebody actually sent me a link to this Tommy Godwin year record, which I looked at and thought, that's not possible initially. And then I started to think about it a bit more and thought, you know what, I think it maybe is possible with modern technology. Why would I do it? It's got something that got in my mind as a goal and a challenge and ambition. You know, we all live our lives in a certain way of what society says, and you know, I lost my brother 12 months ago, and that just made me think about life, and why not go and do something you want to, and try and achieve something that people say is impossible. The biggest thing for me, I thought, was the mental side of it. So I made a decision that mentally that it would be quite hard to sit out to try and ride through a complete winter. So I decided that the option was better to travel to a warmer climate and spend 3 months in a warmer climate to get the record underway and hopefully get on top of the averages I need to do, and then come back to the UK after those first 3 months. I've been based in London for 15 years, and you know, I know with the amount of miles I've done, I know a lot of lanes around this way and a lot of great riding. The physical side of it, the month I did, I noticed, I mean, if you look at my Strava figures, you know, last year I averaged 140k a day for every day of the year. So I'm in the, physically, if you can ride 100 miles, you can ride 200 miles. The key to the physical side of it, I think, is to just never put yourself into a deficit or to go deep, try too hard. You need to be riding within yourself. The mental side is definitely the thing I think is the hardest thing in this record. It's quite easy for the number to get on top of you because, you know, you're 6 months in, you've still got 6 months of 330k a day to go. So it's a huge mental challenge, I think. And when I've got a tough day, probably just try and grit your teeth and get through it a bit. The food, I mean, thousands of calories. I found last year that it was every time I sat down I'd just eat. You need to concentrate on the recovery side of things, so, you know, getting in, having a recovery drink straight away, that sort of stuff. So instantly you're replacing what you've lost. It gives you the best chance tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's important to have that downtime. Come in, recover a bit, do something normal, you know. Go for a walk into town, you know, watch cricket on the TV, watch some rubbish on the TV, you know, do some surfing on the net. Something that just takes your mind off the fact that tomorrow you've got to get up and do it all over again. I'm a mechanic as well, so I've had a lot of experience with what works, what doesn't work. So I've been very fortunate to get a great bunch of sponsors on board, and I think I've got pretty much the best product and the best parts on the bike and on myself for next year. The GPS is done by Garmin, so you know that'll keep log all my details, my miles, my power, all that information will be available on my Strava account. That's super important to make sure you press the right button. You don't want to get 100k done and realise you've pressed the wrong button, because obviously if it's not on Strava, it's not been done. Personally, I'm into it for pretty much everything I've got, so I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't believe. So yeah, I think I'll do it. I'm confident I'll do it, but I'm aware of there are outside factors that you have no control over, and you need to be aware that if something like that does happen, it's just how life is. So yeah. What do I think about? I mean, that's a good one to ask. I suppose I think about all sorts of things. It's not, I think about the numbers, how much I've got to go, but I think if you start worrying too much about that, you get focused on the end result. You need to just enjoy riding your bike. I ride my bike, started riding my bike because I love it. And when I'm having a tough day, when I'm doing stuff like this, I try and remind myself why I'm doing it. And it's because I love riding my bike.